Kiwi Farms, formerly known as CWCki Forums, is an internet forum that facilitates the discussion and harassment of online figures and communities. Their targets are often subject to organized group trolling and stalking, as well as doxing and real-life harassment. These actions have tied Kiwi Farms to the suicides of 3 people targeted by members of the forum. Kiwi Farms' connection to several controversies and harassment campaigns has caused the forum to be blocked by internet service providers or refused service by companies. After the Christchurch mosque shootings, the site was blocked in New Zealand. In 2021, after the suicide of Near, a non-binary software developer who was subject to targeted and organized group harassment by members of the site, DreamHost stopped providing their domain registration services to Kiwi Farms. In September 2022, Kiwi Farms was blocked by Cloudflare due to an imminent and emergency threat to human life. Following intermittent availability, the Daily. Confirmed Vanway Tech was providing content delivery network services to the site, which brought it back online. In September 2022, Kiwi Farms suffered a data breach. The site operator told users to assume that IP addresses, email addresses, and passwords had been leaked. History. Kiwi Farms was founded in 2013 by Joshua Connor Moon, a former 8CHAN administrator. It was originally launched as a forum website to troll and harass a webcomic artist who was first noticed in 2007 on a 4CHAN video game board. 8.9 Eventually, an Encyclopedia Dramatica page was created about the artist. A dedicated wiki, titled CWCki based on the artist's initials, was created by people who felt that the Encyclopedia Dramatica entry was not detailed or accurate enough. Kiwi Farms was originally called CWCki Forums before Kiwi Farms was coined in 2014. It now hosts threads targeting many individuals, including minorities, women, LGBT people, neurodivergent people, people considered by Kiwi Farms users to be mentally ill or sexually deviant, feminists, journalists, internet celebrities, video game or comics hobbyists, and far-right personalities. As of 2022, the site had 16,000 daily logins, according to the site's administrators. Caitlin Burns, who had been targeted by the site, described its audience as terminally online people from a wide range of political ideologies, from far-right and anti-trans feminist types to edgy lefties obsessed with consuming internet drama, while noting that of particular interest to many of the site's users have been trans people, who they have labeled troons, a derogatory portmanteau of tranny and goon. Harassment. The targets of Kiwi Farms threads are often subject to organized group trolling, harassment, and stalking, including real-life harassment by users. The site targets transgender people, people with disabilities, those its users believe to be non-neurotypical, and members of the far right. Tactics include publishing their victims' personal information, trying to get them fired from their jobs, reporting crimes at their addresses in an attempt to have police dispatched to their homes, and harassing their family members and friends. Some of Kiwi Farms' harassment campaigns have continued for months or years, and some aim to drive the targets to suicide. Both the site's owner Moon and the user base of Kiwi Farms have been described as anti-Semitic, with Kiwi Farms users targeting a transgender Jewish convert with anti-Semitic abuse. Clara Sorrenti, a transgender activist and Twitch streamer under the name Kafals, was doxxed on Kiwi Farms in a thread dedicated to discussing her. Users on the site posted personal information about her as well as that of her friends and family. Users also leaked sexually explicit photos of her and made death threats. She was later swatted, arrested, and detained for over 10 hours in August 2022 when someone stole her identity and sent fake emails to local politicians threatening mass violence. She was later cleared of any wrongdoing, and police acknowledged the incident as a swatting attempt. Users also posted the address of an unrelated man who lives in the same city and shares her last name, and police were also sent to his residence. After the swatting incident, Sorrenti said she moved out of her home and into a hotel for her safety. After she posted a photograph of her cat on the hotel bed, Kiwi Farms users identified the hotel from the bed sheets in the photograph, and sent multiple pizza orders to the hotel under her dead name. Obviously, the pizza itself isn't the problem. It's the threat they send by telling me they know where I live and are willing to act on it in the real world, she said in a video after the incident. Sorrenti later fled the country after her location was identified again, reportedly by someone who hacked her Uber account. The incidents are being investigated as criminal harassment, and Sorrenti stated she intended to pursue legal action. Sorrenti also promoted a campaign to pressure Cloudflare into terminating its services to the website. On August 24, 2022, U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene stated in an interview with Newsmax that she was swatted twice by an individual claiming to be Kiwi Farms moderator Altistocrite. She demanded that the website be shut down, saying there should be no business or any kind of service where you can target your enemy. That's absolutely absurd, and this is the type of lawlessness that Democrats want all over the country. Cloudflare suspended a service to the website that allowed them to customize error messages in response. Terminations of service. Kiwi Farms used services from Cloudflare, an American hosting and web security services provider. The services include DOS protection, and distribution through Cloudflare's content delivery network. Following Kiwi Farms' harassment campaign against Sorrenti, in August 2022 a campaign was started to try to convince Cloudflare to stop providing services to the site. NBC News claims this was done in order to enable debilitating virtual attacks against Kiwi Farms. While Cloudflare initially defended their decision to keep working with Kiwi Farms, on September 3, 2022, Cloudflare officially blocked the site from using its services. People attempting to visit the site saw an error message explaining that the decision had been made due to an imminent and emergency threat to human life. Cloudflare CEO Matthew Prince stated that the company acted because the rhetoric on the Kiwi Farms site and specific, targeted threats escalated over the last 48 hours at the time of the decision. Other middleware providers, such as HCAPTCHA, followed suit in halting support for Kiwi Farms. Though the site was briefly offline due to Cloudflare's decision, it was back online intermittently on September 4, 2022, with the Russian-based service provider DOSGuard and a Russian domain that had been registered on July 12, 2021. Former FBI Assistant Director for Counterintelligence Frank Figliuzza warned that by switching to Russian servers, Kiwi Farms could easily become an increased threat of domestic terror. DOSGuard stopped providing services to Kiwi Farms on September 5, 2022, also rendering the site's Russian domain inaccessible. The Internet Archive excluded Kiwi Farms from being archived at the Wayback Machine during this time. Moon has since claimed that the takedown of Kiwi Farms was an organized attack, and that there is a coalition of criminals trying to frame the forum for their behavior, which provides opportunities for professional victims to amplify their message. Moon also commented that he did not see a realistic scenario for Kiwi Farms to stay online. On September 6, 2022, The Daily Dot confirmed that Vanway Tech was providing content delivery network services to the site, hence bringing it back online. Other websites running on Vanway Tech infrastructure experienced availability problems as a result, including the Daily Stormer and 8chan. Suicides of harassment targets. Harassment campaigns by Kiwi Farms users are known to have contributed to the suicides of 3 individuals. The Kiwi Farms community considers it a goal to drive its targets to suicide, and has celebrated such deaths with a counter on the website, 55, 61 They have used social media reporting systems to mass report posts by harassment targets in which they have expressed suicidal thoughts or intentions, with the goal of reducing the possibility their targets receive help. 91 In 2013, American video game developer Chloe Segal became a Kiwi Farms target after Eurogamer reported Segal's Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign had been flagged for suspicious activity. Segal had raised over $30,000 on the platform for metal poisoning treatment to remove shrapnel from a car accident, but Eurogamer reported that Segal had actually intended to use the proceeds for sex reassignment surgery. Segal later died via self-immolation on June 19, 2018, which several reports attributed to years of harassment from Kiwi Farms. Julie Terry Berry, a Canadian woman, died by suicide in 2016 following sustained harassment from Kiwi Farms users. Following Terry Berry's death, Joshua Moon posted a note on the forum claiming that Kiwi Farms and its users had no responsibility for suicide. In a Twitter thread posted on June 27, 2021, Near, a pseudonymous Japan-based software developer known for their work on the video game emulator Higan, described long-term harassment from Kiwi Farms users. Near, who was non-binary, said that they had endured lifelong bullying but that the abuse had recently centralized around Kiwi Farms, which had made the harassment orders of magnitude worse. Near stated that they and their friends had been doxxed and goaded into suicide by members of the website, and that Near had been mocked for being autistic. On June 28, Hector Martin posted a link to a Google Doc which he said came from a mutual friend of his and Near's, which said that Near had died by suicide, and alleged that the harassment from Kiwi Farms amounted to murder. Martin subsequently reported on June 28 that he had spoken to police who confirmed that Near had died the previous day. USA Today reported on July 23, 2021, that it had confirmed with Near's former employer that they had died. Other controversies.